Hello everyone, I'm Carolyn Clairvoyant and I want to welcome you to my channel. Hello everyone, and I'm welcoming you to your September Tarotscopes. But before I start, I wanted to go through a few things that have been changing. Of course, if you've been checking into my website, you may have noticed it's had a bit of a facelift, which is quite beautiful. However, if you've got your old links in there, you may need to update them so that you're able to get my current links, because that was also changed. I do have a few special announcements, so if you've been following my travels and trying to book in with me, you may be seeing that my events calendar has been quite full. I'm down in Ballarat or around the Melbourne area at the moment. I'm going to be here for approximately about another month. Then I head over to around about Geelong. So this is your chance to connect with me if you want to have a face-to-face reading. Of course, I'm going to be back in Bathurst, New South Wales around about the 7th of November for private face-to-face readings, and also in Mudgee around about the 30th of November and the 1st of December. And you can check out all of this via my carolynclairvoyant.com website, or if you're on Facebook, of course, look me up under Carolyn Clairvoyant. I've made a bit of a change this month. I've decided to give you a little bit of a glimpse into how I work with the tarot. You may be finding that it's quite different, and others may be finding it's quite a stimulus. It's really fantastic for those that are learning tarot as well. You can understand the interpretations through somebody else's feelings or assumptions or training as well. So don't forget, if you also would like to learn tarot, you should check out my website. I also do teach, and I've released my own book and deck, which you will see me using my deck throughout this reading as well. Well, I thank you everybody. I hope you've really enjoyed connecting with me, and I look forward to many months ahead, if not many more years ahead, for us to all join together. So right now, just enjoy your monthly Tarotscopes. Okay, Taurus, let's take a look what's coming up for you. All right, here we go. So we're going to cover the 5 aspects of your life. We'll talk about the home and the family, where you are within yourself right now, your career goals and aspirations, or the things that are important to you, your finance, health and well-being, and of course your relationship dynamics. So the first thing that you do have around you in connection with the home and the family, this is the 9 of Swords in reverse. And the 9 of Swords in reverse often tells you that you've been going through a period of time of feeling quite isolated, a little bit lonely, a little bit unsure. Maybe circumstances and events have stopped you from being able to follow through with some of the plans and goals that you have needed or wanted to do. Therefore, maybe this is a chance for you to now make some changes. Now, of course, Spirit says, yes, you can be giving into doubts, but maybe you've created some of this as well. And this is a chance for you to be able to look at this situation and to be able to find workable solutions. Now, for those that are looking for a little bit more independence, of course, this could bring it out through this period of time. This means that you might find the right accommodation. You might be going off to college or university. You may be looking at ways in which you can be more independent for yourself. This is very, very good for that type of aspect. It may not be very good for selling a house or renovating or making a lot of changes, because it's very doubtful that everything would be in order in the period of time of September. Your career goals and aspirations are the Strength in reverse. Now, this tells you that there are going to be delays, there's going to be hold-ups, you're going to be finding that the whole idea of what you're doing or working towards may be blocked. There may be sudden changes going on that you did not anticipate. This could have a lot to do with redundancies, time changes. It could indicate that you've needed to be able to sit still for a little while longer because the position or the area that you're looking to go into may not be readily available. Now, some of your goals could mean that you need to be more patient, because you could find yourself wanting to push through and get what you want right now, and Spirit says, but you know what, if you take a little bit longer of a time to do this, you'll actually end up with what you really want. Don't get caught up in the workplace gossip. Other people could be quite underhanded around you. You may be finding that you don't know what to trust, and as I said, take that pressure back. Just let the chips fall where they may. Now, finances, you've obviously got the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands is all about travel, change, expansion, being motivated to make these changes. Therefore, you will be spending money connected to cars, transport, flights. You may be finding you're booking a holiday. You could be finding yourself having a bigger sense of freedom when it comes to your financial affairs. And now, of course, you're starting it in this month, but you'll actually see the benefit of this in and around about November and December. Of course, your spending could get a little bit exorbitant there because, as you realise, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter always loves to do things in abundantly big ways. Therefore, you may need to also look at keeping that budget a little bit more structured to fit in with all those plans. Health and betterment, it does indicate here that you may be finding that this is with the Queen of Wands. You need to be a little bit more in control of your health and your well-being. Maybe better manage your diet or your hormones, or areas that you have felt have been a little bit all over the place. This is a chance for you to really get back in there. Leo rules the 5th house, which is the house of the heart and the spine, and you may need to find that your posture, maybe you need to work on that. It could be that you've had a few emotional issues going on there, and maybe this is about you getting that back into alignment as well. Because this is quite a feminine card sitting here, it just could indicate too that you're dealing with other people's ways and situations in their life, their emotional stuff. Try not to be controlled by outside factors there. This could have a very strong impact on your own betterment and well-being. Of course, your relationship areas is the King of Wands. Now, the more you communicate, the better your relationship areas are going to be. So keeping those lines of communication open will enable you to know exactly what it is that you're needing from yourself, but also from others. And it's like you're raising that expectation to be a two-way street. This is a time in which not to be hot-headed, but to actually accommodate, because this is about selling yourself as well. You may be finding that you're selling an idea to a partner or to somebody else for them to be able to take that on board and maybe manifest it. Like I said, you've been going through this little period of time of looking for where you really do belong. So this last 9 months have been a little bit all over the place. You may now only have the money, you may now only have that opportunity, and you could be looking at ways that you can balance this out because of circumstances that are taking place in your structural areas, such as your career goals and aspirations. Therefore, your talking is going to be very important. Of course, those that are single and looking, you might be finding that this all does base around communication, meeting somebody, and you could find that you are spending time really talking up quite a storm. And this could be exactly what you need. You may be able to see this person through a different validation rather than it just being physical. You may be seeing them from behind the scenes. Of course, Spirit's words to you this month is the 5 of Swords in reverse. Now, the 5 of Swords in reverse really tells you about letting go of those resentments. Forgive, forget, and move on. And the reason that you are being told to do this is because about the last 5 months, you have been going through emotion in which you have felt a little bit resentful towards situations in your life. Now, whether this has occurred through your career, your finances, or family, or your health, or even relationships, and what's happened is that has built up, and as it has built up, it has created an even bigger problem. So somewhere along the line, maybe what really started it off has got lost in the mix of all this anxiety and frustration, and Spirit says it's not going to serve you any purpose. You need to let go. You need to open yourself up to that there can be changes, and sometimes in doing that, we actually let go of the frustration that we've been holding on to in connection with that situation, person, or area of our life. Well, thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed your September Tarotscopes for 2018.